All right, this is from Duck Soup for the Soul by Swami Beyondananda. What kind of karma should I drive? Everybody has a karma to drive. And it doesn't really matter what kind of karma you drive, as long as it puts you on the express way. Chances are, before you incarnated, you went to a karma dealer or even a used karma lot. There, you chose a vehicle that fit your style. So I suggest you take a look. There's no time for laughing. I'm on a strict time here. So I suggest you take a look at the karma you're already driving and consider the following questions. Is your karma big karma or little karma, a gas guzzler or one of those fuel-efficient karmas? You might notice you're driving the same karma your father drove. You might say, are you kidding? I wouldn't be caught dead with a karma like that. And so you've gone and got yourself a sleek racing karma. But the thing to remember is there is no race. The bottom line is life is a joyride, and any karma that gets you on the express way will do. What if my karma won't shift? Eventually, when driving your own karma, you will sense it is time to move into a higher gear. But what if your karma refuses to shift? If your first impulse is to depress the clutch, you're forgetting that you're driving an automatic. There's no need for clutching, and certainly no need for depression. And just relax and remember the mantra, shift happens. This is easy to say, of course, until the shift actually hits the fan belt. Then you will probably ask yourself, why is this shift happening to me? Don't worry, you're probably suffering from a simple transmission problem. Ask yourself if you are in a trance that keeps you in low gear, and remember your mission. Relax the clutch, let laughter lubricate your gearbox, and you'll find your karma shifting effortlessly. How do I know when it's time to get a new karma? How many times have you muttered to yourself, my karma just ain't running right? If you find yourself complaining that your old karma is a lemon, it may be time to fix it, trade it in, or get a brand new one. To faithfully service your karma, I recommend a periodic karma wash. I hate to be the one to tell you this, but you may be suffering from psychic BO. We call it Bodhi odor. That happens to any karma with high mileage. And let's be honest, we smelled in past lives. Some of us really stunk, and that stink is going to stick. So the first thing I would recommend is bringing that dirty karma in for a hose down, especially the underside. The underside of your karma picks up some pretty foul stuff over the course of lifetimes. You can actually trade in your old karma for a new one. One way is through pre-incarnation. That is where you make your karma payments early and you start working on extra credit for your next lifetime. It's not a guarantee, but if you take on this postgraduate work, your father will probably reward you with a brand new karma. The more common way nowadays to be able to afford a new karma before your old one is completely paid off is by using your Ascended MasterCard. Don't leave home without it. This is a kind of karmic debit card in which you can borrow against future good deeds. Personally, I prefer leasing. You lease your karma, and then every year you release it until one year you release it. Watch out for those dogmas. It's a common tale. You're blithely driving your karma down the expressway and wham, you run smack into somebody's pet dogma. So the second rule for manifesting mana is not only do you have to drive your karma, but you have to curb your dogma as well. Now, it's true that we human beings have had dogmas since the dawn of recorded history. This is understandable. You cannot imagine how comforting it is to curl up with a fuzzy, warm dogma on a dark night of the soul. Or take him out to the park and watch him chase other dogmas and bark at strangers. Some dogma lovers keep them around for protection. It's reassuring to have a guard dogma to scare away frightening thoughts, and it's great to have a loyal companion to fetch you an explanation when you get home from a hard day at the office. And dogmas come in all varieties. Some people like big, dumb dogmas, and others prefer squeaky, little, irritating ones. And hey, someone needs to stand up for the underdogma. Yes, dogma is truly man's best friend. Now, some of you may be saying, why not let sleeping dogmas lie? But what about dogmas that run wild and get into everyone's garbage? And worse yet, what about rabid dogmas that bite? I know, you're probably saying, it isn't my dogma making the mess, it's my neighbor's dogma. And indeed, people do unleash their dogmas irresponsibly. That is why it's important to teach your dogma to heal. A properly trained dogma never chases karmas. It's a fact of life. Dogmas have sharp teeth, and when backed up against a wall, they have been known to snap. As a dogma owner, it is your responsibility to see that your dogma doesn't bite. And if it does, well, sometimes a vicious dogma has to be put down. Another fact of life is that dogmas get sick and old. Perhaps you've spent years taking care of a tired old dogma, and it's time to put that old dogma to sleep. It's sad when you must give up a loyal dogma like that, and you know how uncanny it is the way dogma owners come to resemble their dogmas.